Hi friends, my name is Cashapp, Psychic MD, and we are choosing what we notice about you. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you at your pile. Pause this video if you need more time. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cashapp, Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your reading. I am using a little incense here. It's called copal. Hope I pronounced it right. And I actually found this in a little shop in Grass Valley. This is not a sponsored anything. It's just a cool place I found. And this is what it is. Copal, spiritual incense. It reminds me of peppermint pretzels from Christmas, which is what caught my eye. So a little sagey sage, a little cleansey cleanse, a little copal bopal, and we are starting your reading now. It's very potent. Very, very potent. I want to also shout out to my son. He gave me this little, I forget, light box. Okay. And I'm super excited. He's just so thoughtful. So I really appreciate that. So with that, we are going to focus and zoom in on your cards. Pile number 1. And these readings have been really deep so far. And I don't know why, but I've been going to reading backwards, like 4, 3, 2, 1 kind. So you're my last reading, but you're the first reading. Go figure. That's me for you. Pile number 1. Already jumping. Already jumping. Pile number 1. What's the first thing people notice about you that's beyond the superficial? What do people notice about you? Show me now. This came up, and actually, I think pile number 2. Chihuahua. We're burning the house down, guys. Hopefully not, but it might happen. Okay. And also these cards, actually, I got from Loot and Lore because they're just super cool. So the cards are called the Relative Tarot. And if you're interested in the little shop, again, not sponsored, but thought I'd show you. So the 4 of Swords, we have somebody who is meditating, perhaps even healing. When I closed my eyes to shuffle your cards, I also saw a big stormy sky, a lot of clouds. A lot of clouds impregnated with almost like on the verge of raining, that kind of a thing. So you could be perceived initially as somebody who's moody. People don't really know. But when they get to know you a little bit more, they really understand that perhaps you are trying to ascend. You're working on, I heard, light worker, and also ascending. You're working on healing your heart chakra. Maybe you've had some, 3 major betrayals, because the 3 of Swords comes before the 4, and you are trying to just work on another layer of healing. It could even be things that have happened years and years ago, but there's always another layer of healing that we, just like an onion, you know, that we can really aspire to do. So I feel like you're taking a time out. Also, people could notice maybe this is like a vacation or staycation, something like that. And the fact that perhaps you are somebody who has 2 major things going on in their lives. So you're juggling here a little bit. And the way that you do it can be a source of like, this is almost like, I heard split personality, but people don't really realize it's like we're multifaceted. We're not just like one kind of person all the time. How boring would that be? We are, you know, there's different aspects of us that need to be brought out at different times. So that's just my opinion. Pile number 1, show me what I need to see. What people notice about my pile number 1? People notice that you're really peaceful, that you're really centered. I'm being led to look at this. Is it a lei? I'm not really sure, but this flowery necklace thing. Maybe you went to Hawaii, or you're from Hawaii, or a place like that. Oh my gosh, these cards came out in pile number 4. You might have messages in pile number 4 as well. The very exact cards in the exact position came out. So if you feel led to that, then by all means check that out when we're done here. Okay. People can sense that you have a lot of depth to you, that you're extremely mysterious. Maybe they even call it brooding. Brooding? Yeah. You could be kind of perceived as quiet initially, but there's a lot churning beyond that people are not privy to. And once they actually get you to maybe open up, you might be like a hard person to assess, to judge. People might be a little bit confused, like they can't read you, is my point, okay? They see that you are a wealth and a foundation of love and a willingness to give of yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I feel like you are a truth seeker, a spirit connector. That's weird saying it like that. You can extend your hand in friendship or give people things that really soothe you, like giving people compliments and to really help soothe them and make them feel I heard emotional. Oh, you definitely have a message in pile 4. You could be someone that elicits tears simply because you're a listening ear. You are kind. You want to bring peace, and people feel safe with you once they get to know you. After that initial, I'm not sure about you, I can't read you type thing. And then judgment with the 2 horns. So you help people understand and maybe even go into a state of meditation themselves to really understand themselves better, to get answers for themselves and not just accept it from you or anyone else. You help people bring back healing to themselves and be active in their healing. That's what it is. Active in their healing. This is healing. And this is judgment. It's like, well, is this my crap or not? I've been juggling many things. But in the end, I need to make an assessment and then be okay with what I assessed. Okay. And then healing. You could be in the healing fields, a light worker, or in the medical profession, Reiki worker, or working for hospitals, things like that. I heard the word dungeon, so maybe 1 or 2 of you are like into like dominatrix or some, or you're like a mistress or a master, whatever the case may be. No judgment here. We don't read sex, we only read energy. I think that you help people get really in touch with what is real and what is true, okay? And the ability to balance their outer world and their inner world. File number 1, what do we notice about you that's beyond the superficial, please? What do we notice about you? Show me now. Feast of plenty, choices and their consequences. How beautiful are these cards? And this is the Shaman's Dream. This was gifted to me by my friend Sarah. Shout out to Sarah. Thank you so much. Feast of plenty. And we're going to read here. You guys could be noticing the number 2 or the number 20 or 2020 or the year 2020. It could have been a year for you that put you into a state of pause, just like, I guess, just like the rest of the world. A place of clarity, even seeking clarity, a place of healing, needing to heal. Feast of plenty. Let's hold out this card so you can see what's up. Options, choices, and their consequences, life's blessings. So we're going to put that here. A great feast is laid out before you and requires you to choose what will satisfy your hunger, something new and unconventional with its potential for bitter or savory qualities, or something you already know you love. You're faced with a plethora of options right now, and while there may seem to be an extraordinary thing, Too many choices can throw you off balance. Okay, think with me for a moment. When you go, ladies, if you like painting your nails and you go Sally's or Target, whatever, to pick out a red polish, how many options of red do you have in different brands? It's just crazy. So it makes it hard to choose. But if you only have like 3 of something, it's easier to choose. Interesting, huh? Too many choices can throw you off balance, and perhaps this is what's going on with you. People see that you're trying to find your balance, but you like those choices, something about that. You might be worried that once you commit, you won't be able to turn back and refuse or confront the consequences of the decision. The most important thing to realize is that the feast is offering you experience. No amount of overanalyzing or strategizing will help you make the right choice now. Don't debate the rights or wrongness. Instead, just choose. In the choosing, the seed of experience, and that of what is necessary now. Sour, bitter, sweet, savory. What matters is relishing the experience until you digest all of your choices is offering you right now. The only warning, avoid the same choice if it keeps you hungry. So I think that you encourage people even to adventure. So perhaps you're somebody who's currently in a meditative state and you have the option for an adventure and you're contemplating. Don't wait too long. Don't debate the right or wrong. Just do. Pick one and go. So if you've been feeling a sense of emptiness or longing for something different and you have an option, jump. Avoid the same choice if it keeps you hungry. If something doesn't feel good or does not bring you what it seemingly promised, don't choose that again. The experience will only repeat itself. So you're no longer experiencing or repeating patterns over and over again. And you will have more than a bad taste in your mouth if you do. The feast is yours to enjoy. You can always go back for more when you're hungry again. For life's blessings are available to you in calling your name. We always have choices. We always have options. I'm getting also that some of you guys might work with crystals, crystal energy right here, the Two of Swords. I feel like you may be in a stalemate right now trying to make a decision, and people can sense that about you. And that is unusual because you don't let people know that off the bat. You could carry crystals with you. You could be somebody that really enjoys crystal energy or working with the possibilities of like sacred geometry and crystals, such as these. I have this beautiful babe here, gifted to me by one of my friends, Carl. Shout out to Carl. Thank you so much. But you have options, so it's time to embrace the new. What else do we have for you? What is it that, people don't know that you agonize over decisions is what it is, okay? And this jumped out here. It's like the Two of Cups. And people, I'm going to say that they feel like they know you. They feel really, really super close to you. And then it's like they don't. And then they do, and then they don't. So it can oscillate. It's like you are somebody who perhaps withdraws your energy in order to recuperate. Maybe you're really sensitive to energy, as I am. And you can't be around a lot of people for an extended amount of time. You need quite a bit of, I would say, solitude in order to recapture your energy. So it's definitely not personal. People could be surprised by that. You're extremely warm and then you're like gone at times. Actually, I want to use these again. And this deck is called the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot. It's a deck for fierce women, fierce men, embracing their feminine side. Regardless, we only read energy in this channel, not sex. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1. What surprises that's beyond the superficial about pile number 1? Show me now. I think people are shocked that you withdraw. Yeah, so you're having a good time, you're getting along, things are going super well, and they're like, well, I want more of that. I want more good times with you. I want to see you more. I want to celebrate with you. I want to go out and have drinks with you. I want to, I really bond and connect, and you're fun and whatever. But you retreat and go within. So you do give of yourself and give time and energy, But again, to recoup, I think you go back into meditative state, into hermit mode, into healing a little bit. And I don't think that's going to last, by the way. This has been a pattern with you. Yep. You're a hard worker. Pile number one, people don't know that about you, that you're a hard worker. It may seem like it's like, well, you just withdrew your energy after we had this great time, and then you disappear. What do you do? And they have no idea. They assume that, you know, it's more of what is visible. What they don't know is that you go in order to heal. Maybe you meditate, maybe you journal, maybe you work things out for yourself, maybe you do therapy, cognitive therapy. You're constantly working on self-improvement, on your glow up, on your grow up, on your, I heard transcendence, on your desire for transcendence. You could be working on also a project that most people don't know about, okay? Pile number one, you could be working on something that takes a lot of time and energy, something that you have a deep desire, deep emotional connection to. Look, we have the Ace of Cups twice, okay? Something that really shines, something that comes from your core, your emotional level, that perhaps is healing. I get heart chakra vibes here. I also heard the word heat, so you might be like passionate about this. And this might like be something that shocks people that you do. And you're just a hard worker. You're steadfast. You're plucking through. Look, she's all dressed in green. And this is, you know, for the heart chakra as well. But then I have back here, it's almost like yellow. So this could be your solar plexus. This is like what you desire, what you want. And you're trying to perfect your craft. And you're just steadfast, working on it, focused on it, not focused on nobody else's business, just you. A lot of solitary time, a lot of hard work, a lot of energy and effort that is heartfelt. But this is to give to others. Again, this is to commune to the greater good of all. And people don't understand that about you. Okay? And people might judge you hastily, like, oh, well, I don't know, they just disappear, whatever the case may be. But you're working on something deeper than that. Show me more. Last message for pile number one. Oh, gosh. And I feel like you can have a message in pile number four. Look, you definitely have a message in pile number four. If you feel led, you don't have to. I feel like pile number four is going to apply to a lot of people, actually. Whew. A lot of messages, a lot of joy. A lot of people are going to celebrate your authenticity. I feel like that's what you're working on, is something that gives you joy, that gives you shine, that gives you happiness, but it's something that you want to share with other people. It's not just like, oh, I'm working on redoing my kitchen. Those things are great, but that's for you. Unless you're redoing your kitchen to start, like, you know, a channel so you can show people how to do it themselves, and the mistakes you made, and the successes you've had, and encourage other people that way. Or maybe you're inspiring other people to cook and use what they have. Whatever the case may be, this would be for the greater good. This can involve travel, by the way. So I feel like whatever this is can even bring about a sudden, unexpected trip, flights from home. People see you in all your glory, all your nakedness. It doesn't make a difference. It's like all of a sudden you've gone from all this hard work to, yeah, people see who and what I really am and what I've been trying to achieve and accomplish. Maybe you don't articulate this to other people, but it has a lot of joy connected and involved in. And people are going to be really receptive with receiving you with open arms once they fully understand. So I feel like you're a tough nut to crack. You don't really, people don't really kind of get you, perhaps because of your silence, but they will. And not only will they get you, they will be overjoyed. You know, with the Ace of Cups here twice, I feel like this will bring you a lot of union with community, with supporters, with people that are like-minded, like you. Emotional connections, soulmates. We can have many of those. People that you just connect with on a soul level, that they get you. They want the same thing, very similar vibrations, similar visions, your tribe, okay? So keep doing what it is that you're doing. A ton of messages, whether text messages or emails or whatnot. Again, traveling. I see traveling for you. And it's going to cause great joy. It's going to give you a lot of joy. Yeah, he said it wasn't take. Here's another card. Was not going to, but here we are. Three of Pentacles, cooperation, creativity. Keep doing what you're doing. Whatever it is that you are doing is creative. It is different. It is cutting edge. It is roll up your sleeve, pull back your hair, and get to work daily. But don't stop, because you are super near achieving what it is that you desire. And pretty soon everyone will see it, which is really cool. I don't feel like you're doing it for that reason, but you will be seen, okay? Cooperation. So you have people, maybe you're traveling to cooperate with other people. That is what I have for you. Pile number 1, if you like this reading, smash a like button, share, comment, subscribe, and namaste. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to my channel. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your reading. What do people notice about you that's beyond superficial? Inquiry minds want to know. So again, we're doing a little cleanse here to cleanse off any other energies from myself, from the cards, from all of it. I'm hearing the word charming, charmed. Okay. Also, I am giving a shout out to a little shop called Loot and Lore in Grass Valley. If you ever get a chance, look them up or go visit. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just found these copal ritual incense for my spiritual ritual. They, to me, look like peppermint candied pretzels from Christmas. I don't know why. I don't even eat those, but I love the way they looked, and I was kind of intrigued. And they are super potent. The lady did warn me that they're very potent. But it is a beautiful shop. I could not resist. It's been a long time since I've been like riveted by a little place. And also you could be seeing 111, by the way, pile number 2. But I'm using the relative tarot that I bought from there as well. So pile number 2. What do we notice about you? Show me what I need to see for pile number 2. What is it that we notice about you that's beyond the superficial, that's surprising? What do we notice about you? Show me now. The 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Very, very nice. Good grief. Dropping. Oh. Interesting. Pile number 2, you could be my hard workers. You could be my family man, family woman, even if it's just you. You could have a family. I'm gonna move this away so we can get closer to the cards. You could be somebody that is abundant, and people feel that about you, whatever abundant means to people. I feel like you're very balanced. You take care of your tribe. You take care of your people. You are a caretaker. I also feel like you have a lot of irons in the fire, and that is what has brought about this wealth. Now, if you don't have like money, I think wealth and like abundance are just kind of thrown around loosely. I do feel like you have the ability to make money, make coin, make your bag, whatever you want to call it. But you have a lot of irons in the fire, 2 in particular, that you might be juggling. And because when this card came out, it's like it flipped and I thought it fell, but it didn't. It could be that you juggle like 2 different things to create an income, like a job and a side hustle, or 2 side hustles, or whatever the case may be. And you keep people in a constant state of like amazement, like how do you juggle those 2 things? That's what I feel so far. Okay. And people are surprised that this is how you do it, but you do it with ease, like a little bit of a show-offy type energy, kind of like, yeah, I got 4 hours of sleep and I went back to work and did this or that. And people are like, how are you doing all that? I don't get it. Where do you find the energy? Okay. And once in a while things can like slip or want to slip through the cracks, but I think for the most part you handle it well. This card also flip for you. I feel like people flip for you, actually. As these cards are just jumping. So, and again, forgive my pronunciation, La Pendue. And this is the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot. It's a deck for fierce women. That's what the thing says. Anyways, but I'm being led to showcase this. You might have really nice legs. Oh my gosh, I said non-superficial, but people could notice your legs, by the way. So this is a hanged man energy or hanged woman. I feel like what you bring about is not forcing, but people look at you from a different perspective, like once they actually get to know you. And they also understand and see that you're somebody that doesn't make decisions on the fly. Like there's more depth to you, more earthiness, more groundedness, more heart-based, heart-centered, more family vibes, more I want to take care of my tribe. Where is my tribe? And vice versa. That kind of a thing. I feel like you also accept people as they are. You don't try to hammer them into something that they're not. And that's something that's really beautiful and unusual. I'm being led to look at even her skin. And I keep thinking of looking it up, like the name of this, the skin condition. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's really beautiful. And I know there are a couple of models that have it and that have been featured in like high-end magazines and stuff like that. But you force people to look at things differently. You force people to look at things like beyond skin deep. Like you could be very beautiful, but you're very balanced. This is again root chakra energy. I'm getting very balanced energy. And you look at things from an unusual perspective. Haha. Reine de batons. Batons, okay? So you might be a queen of wands. You are somebody that when you walk in, you might burn the house down, dude. When you walk in, people really get that vibe of, oh my gosh. And I think people stop. So you might have like a very beautiful outward appearance, like your aesthetics are put together. But people can feel that you are a mover and a shaker. Especially, I think that people notice more in the beginning, like this Two of Pentacles thing, where you are a mover and a shaker. Because with this is my queen of I'm gonna kick ass and take numbers later and ask for names later, whatever that saying is. Kick ass and take names later. So you're a mover and a shaker. You're going to get things done. I'm very like going after what it is that you want, your heart center. I think that you might even have a business or two businesses, or like this is missing the full wand in view. So I feel like you have like not a full-on business, but maybe sort of like me, like a part-time business that you do, readings for people or whatever it is. But you could have like, for example, you know, a car repair shop or whatever that you do. That's like a side hustle, generates income that you're passionate about, and then like your regular day job. But you know what I'm talking about. You could be somebody that models, that advocates for change on a very grounded, earthy way. And again, you inspire people to look from a different perspective. Pile number 2. What do we notice about you that's beyond superficial? Why is it Two of Pentacles here? What do we notice about you? Show me now. Wow. Spirit's like, I'll show you. Bing. Oh, look. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups straight jumped out. This could be somebody from your childhood. This could be like people feel like they know you and then they don't know you. Like you're a constant surprise. It's almost like, oh yeah, I knew that. And it's like, oh crap, I didn't know that. So you could maybe have people in confusion sometimes about how earthy you are, how grounded you are, how like approachable you are as well. I hear like homesteader, like homegrown. I don't mean that disrespectfully. I consider myself homegrown. And I think because people actually could be part of it is people could look at you and think like you're high maintenance. But you maintain yourself. And so I know I've been told I'm high maintenance, or I look like I'm high maintenance. You could look expensive is my point. But you confuse people, okay? Because they think that they know. You're like, oh yeah, she's high maintenance. And all of a sudden you come in with family vibes, with I'm taking care of mine. Are you part of my tribe? Let's take care of each other. What can we do to support one another? Is there, you know, whatever, like, I heard Stockholm Syndrome for one of you. So maybe you help people to cut through their illusions, or maybe you had Stockholm Syndrome, you had some trauma in your past, or you help people deal with that in a very real and tangible way. This is about sensuality, sexuality. This is about where are we going. This is about harnessing your positive and negative polarities. This is about confronting truth. I feel like even confronting past. She's facing to me the past, the left. I feel like you help people embrace who they are at a core level and bring everything back down to earth and realize that like where we're headed and what it is that we need to be doing needs to be something tangible, accessible, and like real. Not like this Chariot seems to be all in the clouds. You bring people down to earth and say, okay, well, this is what you want. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to do it? Okay. And people don't expect that from you. They don't expect, I don't want to say they don't expect from you like a higher level of evolution. I feel like they expect somebody who has high-end clothing, beautiful handbags, being stuck more in the 3D. People expect you to be just materialistic, like you. She looks like money, or he looks like money. They get massaged, they drive a nice car, whatever. But at the core level, there's so much more depth to you, and that's why Six of Cups came up sideways. People think they know you, and then they're like, whoa, what the hell? I didn't know. Like, I had no idea. You're multifaceted, almost like from two dimensions, easily slipping into one and the other easily. But at the core, she has like this little red gem, and I feel like that is, again, root chakra vibes. So you are all heart. You want to help people go to where it is that they most desire, but to do it in a practical manner. And you challenge people. It's like, well, what are you going to do? Okay, you're here. What are you going to do? Let's do it. Yeah, strong community and tribe vibes. If you don't have a tribe now, I feel like you collect people as your tribe. Like, oh, I really like you. And you're part of my tribe. Even if you don't live close by. I have like friends that live in, you know, California again. And I have people that I've gotten close to just from the internet, from my groups or whatever the case may be. So those are part of your tribes, including, of course, family and things like that. The Chariot. The Chariot. I heard, okay, Merkabah. That could be something for you to look into. Sacred geometry of the Merkabah. And this could be even a nod to you being into meditation or seeking a higher wisdom and a higher knowledge, and then bringing it back down to earth for you to embrace it as well as other people. Okay, that could be something a little bit scary about you. People at first glance be like, she's kind of intimidating. He's kind of intimidating, kind of scary. But peel out that surface and look at all that love and a willingness to defend. Pile number 2. What do we notice about you? That's surprising. That's beyond the obvious. Hello. Spirit's like, I'll show you. 3 of Wands. You inspire people to take action, but wait for the right moment. You inspire people to kind of protect their crown chakra, to move in silence, to really think only about what it is that they're headed, and to be patient. You inspire people to go after what it is that they want. Look at this. I've never pulled this one from this deck before. I love this deck. Okay, 2 of Wands. It's almost like the world, but I'm still getting strong moon vibes, okay? 2 of Wands typically does have a world in it, but you do have like the world in your hands. Just be patient, be focused, be steadfast, protect yourself. You know, if you don't protect your mind, it can lead you willy-nilly and astray so easy. So if you have a dead focus on what it is that you want and being a little bit patient, it will come to you. And I feel like you're going to have 2 choices coming up. People see that you have choices. Gosh, I'm throwing everything on the floor. People see that you have choices and options, okay? The 10 of Swords. This could be a situation where you help people to even confront things that are old and dead and gone. The 10 to me signifies endings, completion. I heard contrition. Is that a word? Contrite is, but is contrition a word? It is now. And I can't help but I love these cards. I always look at this and I'm like, I don't even know what movie that came from, but where the man's like, thank you, sir. Can I have another one? Thank you, sir. He's getting spanked, right? By this big paddle thing. So I feel like you show people, it's like, do you want to be in this constant state of like grief, of being rendered, of being leveled by being unequally yoked with people that are not your tribe, trying to fit in with them? No, we want the green, we want the heart chakra, we want the growth, the beauty, we want to see the stars. And you've been focused on nothing but just eating dirt, I heard. You could help people that are just leveled, that they don't know even like, I mean, he can get up there, get off of that thing, whatever that is, and say, you know, no more. Like, and this could be helping people that have experienced a lot of negativity, a lot of pain, a lot of mean words, a lot of injustice. Injustice is a word I think I'm looking for, but I feel like you could definitely inspire people to understand and see where cycles have ended and where they need to plan and move ahead. This could be victimhood, so you could also challenge people's perception and say, you're not a victim, like you have stuff in you, let's get it out, let's go. So you might just really challenge people's like perception that they can actually hold the world in their hands if they choose to. They just need to get out this damn thing, whatever the hell that is, you know? But I'm feeling strong lunar phases, so you could be like manifesting using the moon, or be really close to the moon cycles and things like that, and that could have an incredible impact on how you look at the world and how you purge emotions and how you manifest what it is that you want. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Shaman's Dream. So this one, my friend Sarah gave me this deck, so shout out to Sarah, thank you so much. The Shaman's Dream for pile number 2. Oh my gosh. Pile number 2, the Shaman's Dream. Show me now. Dream Thief. Yeah. Refusal of the call. You call people out. You call the rest of us out. As far as allowing us to be victims. And you're like, no, you have the strength. You need to acknowledge what you can control. So, reading from the book, Rejection of the Path of Fulfillment, Refusal of the Call. I feel like you point that out and you bring that out, and it's like, yeah, be tangible. Are you working towards it? Are you putting time, energy, effort, blood, money, sweat, tears? What are you doing about it? Are you waiting patiently, or are you skr after other crap that doesn't become you? Okay. The Dream Thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants to tell you your old stories over and over so that you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you're reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or why you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you place between you and the horizon? What horizon, my friend? Look, this is what you inspire. Change. Grasp it. You have the world. You make people see that they're not victims. They're making a choice. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you place between the horizon? You can. It's not difficult. The answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the Dream Thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You're so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what is laying dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Yes. You empower others to move as well. Movement in their life away from their stagnation. That's what I have for you, pile number 2. If you like this reading, smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Leave me a little money bag emoji if you feel led to, if this is your pile or a little world. Much love. Namaste. Hi, pile 3. This message is for thee. Thank you for stopping by my channel. For repeat offenders, I want to give you a very warm welcome. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the shenanigans. For those of you that are new, much, much appreciate you stopping in as well. I hope everybody receives exactly what they're seeking here. So I wanted to show you a little bit about this. I'm actually using Copal Spiritual Virtual Incense. To me, I bought it actually because it looks like Christmas candy, the peppermint pretzel with white chocolate. I don't know. I don't even like it, but the peppermint pretzels, that is. But this was so beautiful, I had to purchase it. And also, I just want to let you know, if you guys are ever in Grass Valley, California, that's where I first discovered this. I've never ever seen it in my life. It is a beautiful shop. It is Loot and Lure. And no, this is not sponsored or anything. It's just, I just happen to have a lot of their stuff. I bought a few souvenirs on my last trip there. So I bought this beautiful little hand that I use. I'm just in love with it. And then I bought this deck also that we will be using today. And it is called the Relative Tarot, okay? If you're curious. So again, if you're ever in Grass Valley, stop by and say hi to them. I'm sure they would appreciate that. So, and actually I can't not say this, but my son gifted me this for Mother's Day, and I just absolutely love it. So super grateful and blessed. Pile number 3, we're going to get into it now. I'm going to focus on your cards. Let's get a better view. And this gets deep, guys. Don't be surprised. Pile 3. What's the first thing that people notice about 3? Oh, good grief. Jumping. The Tower, what's up? We will explore this momentarily. I wasn't even ready, but the cards were. Pile number 3, what do people notice about me that is beyond the superficial? Okay. Show me what I need to see. For pile 3, what do we notice about me? And show me now. And the Lovers, what? I feel like you stun people. Okay, I did say it was not going to be superficial. Okay, on a deeper level, I feel like you help people have epiphanies. I feel like sometimes your presence in people's lives may cause tower moments in other people, in the form that they feel like, okay, some people feel, okay, this is superficial in my opinion, but some people feel like they may have a chance with you. They may want to kind of make you theirs, whether you're male or female, or female, male, I don't care. It's all energy to me. I feel like people get shook when they meet you. Your level of intelligence, ability. I think that you might even be somebody who's a one-liner, if that, and you kind of level the playing field all around you. And I don't feel like you do it deliberately, but I do feel like you challenge people's foundations. For example, if they're in a relationship, okay, something about you could be like, challenges their foundation, like, did I pick the right person, or do I need to change? Do I need, is it all just about having, the partner and the children and the house and the home and the car, the typical American standardized dream that, TV gives us, Hollywood, whatever? Or is there more? I think that you help people identify their foundational structures that are misplaced. Okay, I'm just going to give this a minute. Good grief. Look. I didn't even know I picked up this deck. I was just into it. La Force. 5, 6, 7, 8. I just counted out loud. Am I embarrassed? No, I'm kind of used to it by now. So, with a 5 in here, I'm just going to say that the 5, I'm just, numbers. I'm going to say that this really talks a lot about change, sudden change, radical change, constant change even perhaps. But look, this is even like family unit vibes, foundations, and this is inner strength. I feel like you have perhaps been someone that has experienced hardship. I'm hearing homelessness. I'm hearing being separated. I'm hearing being pushed out. Maybe you were thrown out of your home. things like that. But I feel like you've led maybe a nomad life, or feel like you've been kind of drifting, not without a lot of like direction. And you've had a lot of towers in your life. And yet you've reached a point where you've understood so much about spirit, about humanity, about evolution itself, about evolving yourself as a person, that somehow it levels other people. Something about you forces other people to compare you to their partner if they're a partner, or think about you as a potential partner. Pardon me. I feel like people don't know like what to say when they encounter you. You could be very, very beautiful on the outside. People can really lust after you. You could have really beautiful breasts. I'm not sure why we're going with this, but this is like what I'm getting. So I think that like the first impression, you kind of rock people's world. And then I'm getting sacral chakra vibes as well. So this is sensuality. This is joy. This is pleasure. And then with, this is the number 8, you have divine protection as well. So you've been through it all, but somehow you've managed to come through it like even better. Each time you experience a tarot moment, you come out even better. And you may not have a lot of monetary things, but you are somebody that illuminates the night sky, I heard. Okay, I'm not making that up. That totally popped into my brain. Okay, so with the 3, I'm getting also like Empress vibes, even though it's not here. And so you could be, a male, female, doesn't make a difference. Somebody who really brings about the idea or the notion that maybe it's like, wow, you're really abundant. Like, you don't need stuff to be abundant. You teach people a different way of abundance, how to enrich their lives with education, with higher knowledge, with spirituality, with divine protection, with sensuality, how to experience life in the moment is something that I'm really, really feeling. And you kind of force and push other people, excuse me, to make choices in their life, okay? To question if they have true aim, because even it's like this angel that's supposed to be an angel, and this is a card about crossroads, people being at crossroads and not being sure like what it is that they need to pick. Typically in the old tradition, it was like between one lover and the other, so it could be an older male or female, or a younger male female, and you're kind of trying to decide in between the two. But this little angel is almost like devious, going, yeah, you got 2, but there's a 3rd one that would be a better fit. So you might elicit some insecurity in people about who they have partnered with or thinking about partnering with, because something about you is extremely divine. You might be also very some people think that maybe you're egocentric or eccentric. I don't feel like, maybe the latter is true. I feel like you're really organic. And I think that you help people go through rebirths. They do. They have no idea what you're all about. It's, I feel like you have a message in Pile 4, okay? If you feel led to it, go for it. If you don't, that's fine too. 5 of Cups. So the number 5, you experience extreme hardship and pain and losses. And yet almost like where her hand is on her head, this card traditionally talks about like feeling sad about the loss of the good old days, feeling sad about the days where you used to maybe join with people and celebrate and have good times, happy times, all of that stuff. And this card also speaks about not seeing the 2 of Cups that are left behind. And that is just a, closeness, a depth, like a person or situation that you are extremely compatible with. And almost like all the superficiality got knocked off. Like, it's great to have good times. I'm not knocking that. Going out with friends and having a good time, things like that. But what is the most important are the 2 cups left behind. It's like the 2 of Cups that are there for you, that are not spilled. And I feel like you help people to see that even though, quote, all is lost, all is not lost. People still have the 2 of Cups left. And I feel like you're somebody who's undergone so much change, so many towers, that you've learned to salute the past. It's almost like she is not grieving like the traditional meaning. I'm trying to make these readings not so long. She's not in despair here. She's just almost like, oh, F, I just, here's another tower moment. I don't really know where I'm headed. There's no more celebrating. It's time to move on. Or someone has moved on from you, whatever the case may be. It's like mourning that. But she's almost like saluting the Three of Cups. It's like, all right, moving on. Moving on, you could be physically moving or teach people how to move on from tower moments. You could have a very comforting way about you, how to embrace people. I feel like even when people hug you, you could be actually tall and people come at breast level, male or female. So if you're a male, people are like definitely kind of intrigued by your pecs. And if you are female, people are thinking about your breasts when they hug you. I'm just saying. You could be very nurturing, very protective also. And that's shocking to people. Like Seven of Pentacles. You make people reevaluate. It's almost like this guy saying, oh, fuck. Now I got to reevaluate everything that I thought was true. Whew. This person thought they were a graduate. They thought they knew what they were building. And now, because of your presence, because you've come into a live, and even in a 5-minute encounter, a conversation or whatever, something about you makes them kind of take stock of what it is that they've been building. I heard for one person, maybe you make people question their own fuckery. Okay. Sorry about the language, but, I feel like you really inspire or force people to acknowledge, what, I've been doing some fuckery here. Is this really for my highest good? And is this what I want? Because all of this is reflecting heart chakra colors, with the green behind it. And okay, I heard limerence. Yes. I feel, if you guys know what limerence is, it's when we fall in love. I just saw 1212. That can have special meaning for you. Look it up. Angel number. The Lover's card right here tells me that there could be limerence involved. I feel like you kind of wipe away all of people's illusions. And it's like, you know what? You built on a faulty surface, because indeed, when people are in this like love triangle thing, it's really more about limerence. It's about falling in love with somebody who like breadcrumbs you or gives the illusion of, and assigning more meaning into what is going on than what is really going on. And what I mean by that, sorry, I'm kind of muddled in explaining, is that you help people to see that part of their fuckery, and they need to figure it out, is that they've been lying to themselves. That those glances with that person that you have a crush on, or I don't care what ages, we all get crushes, different ages, don't matter. Those glances, or you feeling telepathic communication, or you feeling like, wow, this person said that I really like this and that about you. If there's no movement on that and no progress, and they're not picking you, but they're keeping you in a, well, I'll dabble here, I'm dating this person, but then you keep getting the eye from somebody else. And these people think, wow, they really kind of care about me, they like me, maybe they'll leave their significant other. I feel like you are La Force, like you help people to harness that inner illusion and demon and inner lust, okay? Because this is my lust card, by the way. People can lust after you just by looking at you. Another attractive pile. People. But you have the ability to show people, look, I mean, they're not making any actions. So what if they look at you? So what if they sent you a song? So what if they even freaking danced for you? Is it anything that is tangible? Because if not, it's just limerence. You're in a relationship with an idea and a notion, not a person, not a human being. So that is what I have for you. Something about you levels people and helps people go back to something more organic, more real, more truth, and a place where the Two of Cups is about closeness and a genuine bonding with others, okay? And not leaving themselves in illusion. You force people to take stock of, what have I invested myself into? Is this worth it? Okay? Last messages for pile number 3. If you like these kind of readings, smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Would be appreciated. Last messages for pile number 3. Why is La Forza here? Why are all these cards here, please? Show me now. What is the first thing we notice about you that is beyond superficial? You are pure fire. You could be a Leo, a fire sign, or have that in your chart. But we notice about you is that you're willing to even give people your back if they try you, if they test you. You're walked away from a lot of situations, a lot of different people. I'm hearing that when you roar, you are not making things up, okay? If you roar, crap, sorry guys. It's almost like two lions in this reading, actually. That's interesting. So when you roar, you don't try to psych people out and manipulate, like, oh, I'll leave if, It's like, no, these are my standards and this is what I believe in. And if you don't believe in it, then I have to walk away. With that 5 of Cups with a salute, it's almost like I salute you, I give you my back, and I move on, okay? Because you are like the King of Wands, Queen of Wands. You are just super fiery. And I think that you have a lot more, like with the sunflower, there's a lot more seeds within that little sunflower. So you could just have like, charge on, let's move on, we're going to get it. And I'm not going to stay stuck in anything that has fuckery. And that's what you teach people. And people notice that about you. You're not afraid to cut off people or things or places if it doesn't behoove you. Okay, so again, you might have a message in pile number 4. And with that, please do leave me a little lion emoji if this was your pile, if you feel led to it. Much love to you. Namaste. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to my channel. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your reading. For you repeat offenders, I want to thank you so much for stopping in. And for you newbies, thank you for your time. I hope that all of you find exactly what it is that you're seeking. We're going to light a little bit of this. And this is copal, spiritual ritual incense. I've never had it before. I actually bought it, you guys, because it looks to me like peppermint candy during Christmas time. And it's very, very potent. And I bought it at a little shop in Grass Valley called Loot and Lore. And the reason why I'm featuring this actually is because I'm using a lot of what I got from their shop. And no, this is not a paid promotion. It's just because I love the stuff. I got this deck and it's beautiful. So if you're curious, that's where I got my stuff. Oh, and I got this little hand, but the incense tends to fall all over the table. So I just like the hand. Pile number 4. What is the first thing that people notice about you that's beyond the surface level? Things that are going to be surprising and unexpected. Pile number 4. What do people notice about you that would surprise you? Pile number 4. What do people notice about you that would surprise you? Show me now. I just had a jump card. Oh, good grief. Okay, they both came out. Here we go. We've got the Ace of Cups and we have the Judgment card. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. That way you can actually see what we're doing here a little bit better. Okay. With all the cards. We're going to kind of scooch this over. Shout out to my son. He actually bought me this little marquee. I love it. So I can keep track of what I'm doing. So the Ace of Cups. People are really, really surprised at how emotionally giving you are and the depth of your emotion and how deep you're willing to go to the point where it overflows. Now, this could be in the form of what some people might consider oversharing. I don't get that feeling just yet. I just feel like we live in a society that we don't share from our heart or core base. And I feel like you are a very peaceful person, very loving by nature. And when you encounter people, you try to bring nothing but like abundance, and perhaps maybe you're someone that tries to kind of soothe. Like, people feel calm and soothe when they are within your presence, okay? I feel like these little droplets here also, you might incite some tears in people. They're not used to that amount of kindness. You might also incite like some sort of like emotion simply because you actually go so deep and so fast. Get your mind out of the gutter, pile 4. But really, your conversation gets really to the core of matters, and I feel like you don't mess around. It comes natural to you. So you could be some form of counselor, therapist, and mediator, someone that people just come to get some advice, or like, can I run some ideas past you or whatever. But whatever you have to say always comes from a place of love. And I think that people really feel this about you. Also, people are really clouded. I feel like maybe your outward appearance doesn't match what you have to offer, your inward self, if that makes any sense. So when they receive this love and this overwhelming gift of like emotional gratification and the depth and the level of counseling and the listening ear and the relatability. I'm hearing that you're extremely relatable, and people would never think about that from you. And also the fact that this little, I think it's a dove, but I don't know, this little bird is flying in here. I'm going to say that people are really shocked that you are someone that is just so peaceful and you advocate for peace, and they would not have thought that this is you. And I feel like that's why when they actually speak to you, the clouds are parting and it's allowing a mutual conversation. You leave people a little bit confused initially in a really good way, okay? Pile number 4, I also have the Judgment card here. So I have 2 10s. And with the Judgment card, I feel like you resurrect issues in others in order for them to form a better judgment about what really transpired. I feel like you have I heard higher authority, okay? So I don't know if you have kind of like a really deep connection with spirit, or kind of like a connection with nuns and priests and yogis and gurus, and people that are really connected to spirit. I'm getting a ton of energy in my crown chakra and actually on my right leg, which means if this is you and you have like a measure of that and you're like, well, I don't see myself as a guru or a teacher or a mentor or whatever, then that's where you're headed, simply because you have the purity of heart to be able to really resurrect issues in people's lives that they need to deal with. In a helpful and healing manner. I think about like the Red Cross when they come to rescue, and I feel like in some ways you kind of come into people's lives to rescue them on a soul level. You see these souls like rising up from the grave, and I love that about you. And it shocks people. This is what's shocking about others, but they can't really articulate it. Look at all this fog. I feel like you come in to clear out the fog in other people's minds and lives, and it is twofold. I've never seen like anyone excuse me, blowing a trumpet with 2 horns. And I, in fact, have never noticed it in this card before, which is incredible. I'm going to say that you raise things up from deeply embedded in people and give them the opportunity to really examine that. And I think that you kind of like gently prompt and help them to see the reality of what it is that they're here to confront, to face the demons of the past that we all have, but confronting ourselves, as well as just bringing it out into the open, and helping change how they view the world and their role in it. So that's really powerful. And I don't know why, but I didn't expect to go this deep, but my readings they do. So I hope it's a good thing for you. Okay, what else do we have here for pile number 4? Pile number 4, what is the first thing that people really notice about you that's beyond superficial, okay? Show me now. And this little deck, oh my goodness. The Hierophant. Le Pape, I can't pronounce these, you guys don't make fun of me. And Valet de Prise. Yeah, I'll never be accepted in France, apparently. I think this is French, I don't know. Anyways, this is the Hierophant, and look at all of this. It looks like smoke, but it almost looks like a river of smoke, okay? So this again is a nod to what we just already discussed. Let's kind of put these guys here. No, that was right the first time. is your higher connection, your commitment maybe to meditation, to higher learning, to bettering yourself, to bettering the world. And I feel like this is like a higher calling. You guys, again, could be my gurus, high priestess, higher knowledge, or student of higher knowledge. And I feel like you don't take yourself to that point like, oh, it's a, you know, I know everything. I don't think you think that about yourself, which is why spirit continues like blessing you with more and more and more. Even when you think that you can't, you're like, okay, I don't really know what I'm doing, that's enough. But spirit knows how you're being led and for your higher purpose. That's why you're being blessed, okay? And these things may not be quite evident to you at all in this manner, but people are really deeply moved by you. And I think also one thing I want to say is once people meet you, if you engage in a conversation, they will never forget, okay? Even if it's like a 5-minute conversation, something about you is magnetic and overflowing, and you're like a magnet. People are drawn to you. Now with the valet here, I want to say that you are somebody who really has the ability to inspect and to cut through all the bullshit. My bullshit, your bullshit, everybody's bullshit, and you do it in a gentle manner because this is very like peaceful, I come in peace type vibes, okay? And I feel like this is something that people really appreciate about you. It's that when you're kind of getting into the nitty gritty of, you know, saying, okay, well, dear friend, if you want to talk to me about your love life or whatever, and if you want to get unbound by this situation, I'm going to hear you out. And then with love, with peace, and with even like higher knowledge, of course, because this is all tapped into spirit, I'm going to help you separate the cloudiness from the sky. I'll help you separate the clouds from the sky. Never thought about it that way. And in that process, I'll allow you a chance and a help and assistance and give you a hand at transforming that train of thought, because where thought goes, well, that's how we manifest. That's how we become. So I think that these are really, really powerful things. You really help people get unstuck, unbound. You help them to see that sometimes we put ourselves in a self-imposed prison, and you bring truths and you spin facts, okay? And I also feel like you're incredibly intelligent, and you have a clever way of demonstrating what it is that's going on in people's lives that help unbind them should they choose. I don't feel like you force this, or you're like, well, I know, but you know, it's very gentle, very loving, very giving, and it is here with an open palm. If they choose to take it, great, and if they don't, that is their choice. You enable this healing to happen with a green behind and the stars also. It's like you enable people to see the beauty of even moving through darkness and being able to cut their way through ties that bind are typically, I feel like, mental. And again, you have the ability to move, help people remove those things that bind, okay? Let's see what else we have. This is not going to be a long read, I promise. We'll see. We're going to do the Shaman's Dream right now, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And this deck was gifted to me by my friend Sarah. I have no idea if she watches my channel anymore, but Sarah, thank you so much for your gift. Pile number 4. What's the first thing that people notice about you beyond the superficial? What surprises everyone, including you? Show me now. The perfect storm. Oh my God, look, did we not just talk about this? Yes, darling. The perfect storm, the courage to step into life. And I feel like you could be almost like, okay, I feel like this is your exterior self. You might be a little bit gothy. I feel that statement, by the way. A little bit unusual looking. I mean, it looks like a raven-ish, but it has like peacock feathers. And it's talking about the perfect storm. You could also be finding black feathers. I just found one 2 days ago and I felt so blessed. That is divine protection, by the way. You could be really kind of like old school, getting your messages straight from the divine. I don't feel like you necessarily like need a guru on this earth or whatever. I feel like you're getting messages now from sheer spirit. Also, the storm that goes within you, that churns. I think people are shocked at the amount of maybe things that you've gone through, the darkness that you've gone through, but you're able to bring in this electrical field in order to help heal other people, to use yourself as an example. Like, I don't think that you really care what people think. It's like, oh, I need to protect my reputation. No, I need to help this person, and that's the end of the story. And so I feel like that is how you really help to unbind people. So, and again, I think that you might have a really tough exterior self, a really crap, I hate that. Anyways, tough self-image. But once people even crack the ice remotely with you, the gift, the unwrapping of you is amazing. So number 44, I'm going to say, 2 4s, this really talks about balance and stability. With, I always think of the 4 of Wands when I think of the 4s. I think of the 4 corners of the earth. I think of the pillars. I think foundations. I think steadfastness, and I think building when I see the number 4. And of course that adds up to a number 8. And the number 8 stands for cycles, for blessings, for divine protection, which again goes back to the feather that we found. And I'm trying to make this reading not super long, but here we are. Here we are. Okay, I'm going to read from this little book here. Perfect storm, an invitation to act now. The courage to step into life, sheltering from turbulence. Yeah. So you see people in trouble and you give them tools to dissect and get rid of all the BS in their lives. When the perfect storm appears, it cautions you to be ready for an exciting, if turbulent, time. The winds are picking up and you need to make sure that you are close to the eye of the storm, or you will be buffeted by gusts that may take you far from where you need to be. The key is to remain centered and balanced and bear witness as the forces build in intensity. Notice how the loose stuff is starting to fly around, and recognize how little of it is truly needed. Let go of thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes that clutter your heart and cloud your mind. Then the storm will be absolutely perfect. If you wonder that you might lose during the perfect storm, know that it is these things that are most attached to you that are taken first, as if life were trying to unburden us of our righteous self-importance. Let it all go with the wind. The less you resist a change brought about by perfect storm, the happier you'll be. Ride the winds to your next destination. Embrace the rain or snow. Remember that every time you argue with nature, you lose. The perfect storm can also be a call for you to seize a moment. There might be a great opportunity that you need to take advantage of right now. Oh my gosh, I knew this was my pile and my hair is standing up, you guys, on my crown chakra. Okay, here. It may be gone shortly, so don't hesitate. Go ahead, bite off more than you can chew, and take the storm on all of its terrifying greatness, experiencing the fullness of life. You will succeed. So I'm super excited for you. If you feel inclined, drop a comment below on what opportunities are, I feel like they're already being presented to you, if you feel led to. But if not, go ahead and leave me a little emoji of a crow or a peacock to let me know this was your pile. And thank you again for showing up. Many blessings to you and good luck. Namaste.